guys, we are back and I don't know what we're doing. What are we doing?
So we're gonna do Tupac,
Okay,
and we're doing the song "Changes." You know this?
do I?
It's very popular. It's one of his biggest songs.
I'm not like recognizing it by the name.
Yeah, so it samples "That's Just the Way It Is" by
Oh,
Bruce Hornsby, I
okay.
believe.
I think I know this.
Yeah.
I think I do.
Yeah, so we'll listen, we'll break it down because
Okay.
I know there's been some requests for
Tupac.
Tupac and other rappers. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
Okay. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on all social media channels. Links in the description below, and our usernames right there.
All right.
Yeah. Come on, come on. I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living? Should I blast myself? I'm tired of being poor and even worse, I'm black. My stomach hurts, so I'm looking for a purse to snatch. Cops give a damn about a Negro. Pull a trigger, kill a nigga, he's a hero. Get it back to the kids who the hell cares. One less hungry mouth on the welfare. First ship them, don't let them deal with brothers. Give them guns, step back, watch them kill each other. It's time to fight back, that's what Huey said. 2 shots in the dark, now Huey's dead. I got love for my brothers, but we can never go nowhere unless we share with each other. We gotta start making changes. Learn to see me as a brother instead of 2 distant strangers. And that's how it's supposed to be. How can the devil take a brother if he's close to me? I let it go back to when we played as kids, but then it changed. That's the way it is. Come on, come on.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
I know this song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know it by the name. I would have thought this song was called That's Just the Way It Is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was the first Tupac song that I don't know if it's the first that I heard, but it was the first that I was obsessed with when I was younger.
The first one I heard was California Love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Or the one that
Mhm.
I consciously first heard.
Yeah, for sure. So he starts off saying, I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living? Should I blast myself?
It's such a good line.
It's a crazy fucking way to start the song. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's such a good line.
Yeah. Tupac's like his lyrics are like very like I don't know the word I'm looking for. There's like a lot of detail and imagery like packed into single lines. Like there's a lot of like you could think about and talk about with like each line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously he's
Hmm.
saying he wakes up in the morning. He's like, should I just kill myself? Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
life is this hard. Then he continues, I'm tired of being poor, and even worse, I'm black. My stomach hurts, so I'm looking for a purse to snatch.
Okay.
So yeah, he's poor and he's saying, and but he's also black, which is makes it even tougher than just being regularly poor. And then my stomach hurts, so I'm looking for a purse to snatch. So he's gonna rob somebody because he has no food. He's hungry.
Hmm.
Cops give a damn about a Negro. Pull the trigger, killer. He's a hero. So commenting on the police that, cops don't care about black people. And as a matter of fact, if they kill a black person, that cop is celebrated as a hero because that's how little they care about
Not anymore though.
him. Yeah, I mean, things have gotten better. Um, Continues, give the crack to the kids. Who the hell cares? One less hungry mouth on the welfare.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. So again, just give the kids crack. And so I'm not sure if this is a commentary on the kids doing crack or selling crack. Do you know what I mean? Because you could look at it as, oh, if he's smoking crack, he's just gonna die and or he's not gonna eat, whatever it
Well,
is.
if they're saying one less hungry mouth on welfare, I would assume it's giving the kids crack to smoke because they'll die.
Or if you're selling crack, you have money and you don't need to be on
Uh,
welfare if you're making a, you know what I mean? Because he goes in specifically to dealing. So with this line, I wasn't sure if it was talking about the smoking of crack or the selling of crack. You know
I
what I
guess it
mean?
could be both.
Yeah, interesting. He continues, first ship 'em dope and let 'em deal to brothers. Give 'em guns, step back and watch 'em kill each other.
Eek.
So I think that's a commentary on it used to be a conspiracy. It's actually acknowledged that during the 80s, the CIA was shipping cocaine into cities in America and giving them to gangs. So they were funding them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there was a whole
Why?
messy. So there's a few things. There was like the Iran Contra where they're like selling guns and shit, but they're also going through central and South America, and they were doing drug funding operations where they were selling drugs for like Noriega and the fucking it was like a whole mess. There was a lot of corrupt shit that the CIA was doing. They were running guns, they were selling drugs, but it came out that they were selling drugs. I believe specifically it was in L.A., California, that the CIA was sending drugs in.
Okay.
So the commentary here is that we ship them dope and let them deal to brothers, and then give them guns and step back and watch them kill each other. So he's talking about the destruction of specifically the black community by the U.S. government
Okay.
by giving them guns and drugs. So they're killing each other with drugs and then killing each other with guns. And, maybe that's the plan.
Hmm.
Continues, it's time to fight back. That's what Huey said. Two
Who's
shots in the
Huey?
dark. Now Huey's dead. So Huey Newton, he was the founder of the Black Panthers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They killed him?
So he was shot by, I think, like a drug dealer. It's not clear to me whether it was like a hit because of who he was or if, it was a drug beef, you know what I mean? So either way, Tupac's talking about, Huey
Yeah,
was
like
like, we have
him
to fight
being
back.
killed. Yeah.
Yeah. Tupac's mother was a Black
Yeah,
Panther.
I know that.
Yeah. So Huey's two shots in the dark now. Huey's dead. He says, I got love for my brother, but we can never go nowhere unless we share with each other. So he's saying human beings, we need to share.
Yeah, like go nowhere. He means like move up, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, for sure. We got to start making changes, learn to see me as a brother instead of two distant strangers. So just like the previous line,
Yeah, like we need to like help each other out and
come
like
together
yeah.
for sure. And that's how it's supposed to be. How can the devil take a brother if he's close to me? So for this line, I don't know
I know what you're gonna
if he's talking
say.
about the actual devil, like Satan,
Yeah.
like bringing people in, or in a lot of the Black Power movements, they refer to white people as the devil, the white devil.
Okay. So
So
I took this line in two different ways. It sounds like how can the devil take a brother if he's close to me? Like how could he take someone if they're close to me? Like I have them with me. Like I'm like, they're my people. Like I'm protecting them. So the devil can't take them from me. Or like how could the devil take them when they're like close to me? Like how could you do that?
no, I agree. I agree, like with what you're saying. My point
Yeah.
was just who the devil that he's referring to is, whether it's Satan or again, it's coming right off the lines
Okay.
of Huey Newton. So if you're talking about, the white devil, white
Or maybe the
people,
devil's the cops.
could be any of those things. I'm not sure which specific devil he's referring to, but yeah,
Well, he
what
capitalized devil, so I guess they mean the devil. Or
maybe,
whoever wrote these lyrics thinks that.
yeah. So who knows?
Yeah.
And then I'd love to go back to when we played as kids, but things change, and that's the way it is.
That's sad. I want to go back to playing as kids too.
Yeah, things change. Yeah, it's like a nice sounding song, but it's very heavy and it deals with a lot of
Yeah.
like serious content. It's pretty wild. So then it says, "Come on, that's just the way it is."
Yeah, because I never listened to this song like for the lyrics. Like all I've really ever heard of this song is the chorus.
Yeah,
Because it'll just be playing, like I'm not really listening. Like no offense to Tupac, it's just
yeah,
like it'll be playing on the radio. I'll be like, oh, and then I can hear the chorus.
and it sounds good. Yeah,
Yeah, I never actively read the lyrics before.
yeah. So yeah, that's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Yeah. Um, so I actually think we left off on this part of it.
Hear me.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. same, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, that's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
I see no changes, all I see is racist faces. Misplaced hate makes disgrace to races. We under, I wonder what it takes to make this one better place. Let's erase the wasted. Take the evil out the people, they'll be acting right. It's both black and white and smoke a crack tonight. And the only time we chill is when we kill each other. It takes skill to be real time to heal each other. And although it seems evident, we ain't ready to see a black president. It ain't a secret, don't conceal the fact. The penitentiary's packed and it's filled with blacks. But some things will never change. Try to show another way, but staying in the dope game. Now tell me what's a mother to do. Being real don't appeal to the brother in you. You gotta operate the easy way.
I made a G today,
But you made it in a sleazy way. Sell it back to the kid.
I gotta get paid.
Well, hey, well that's the way it is.
Come on, come on. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
Hear me?
Oh, come on, oh, come on, come on. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Never be the same, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the only part of the song that I know is the
The
chorus.
chorus, yeah. It's funny. So, like I said, I was obsessed with this fucking song when I was younger, and I knew like every word. Some of them were wrong because, like, when I was younger, I just thought I knew what he was saying, but I didn't.
So many songs like that where like the words I know are like so wrong that they don't make any sense, but like I just know the song that way.
Yeah, sometimes I remember non-words as the lyrics. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like
Like,
made up things
yeah.
or like words that totally are not the word.
Yeah, that happens. It's very funny. All right. So, second verse, he starts off, I see no changes. All I see is racist faces. Misplaced hate makes disgrace to races. So,
Okay.
racism in and of itself is misplaced hate. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you're not hating somebody for something they did or the way they behave. You're just hating them based on, you know, their
For some
skin,
reason or another,
their
you're
skin color.
disliking them as a group.
Yeah, the race. And then, it's a disgrace. Racism's a disgrace. But that's what he's saying. Um, I wonder what it takes to make this one better place. Let's erase the wasted. So when he says we under, I'm assuming he means it as like we're under siege, we're down. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, maybe.
Makes disgrace to races. Yeah, so I always thought that, you know,
Yeah.
could be wrong if you guys know.
Yeah.
He's referring to something else. But then he says, I wonder what it takes to make this one better place. Let's erase the wasted. So he's like, what can we do to make the world a better place? And he says, let's erase the wasted. So let's get rid of, I guess like all the wasted um like potential and talent and all the wasted lives, all that shit. Let's
Just
stop.
everything.
Yeah, stop with the fucking waste and all the bullshit. He continues, take the evil out the people, they'll be acting right because both black and white are smoking crack tonight. So he says
Yeah.
if you take away the evil out of people, they'll be good people. And then he says because both black and white are smoking crack
Yeah,
tonight.
like everybody.
It's affecting everybody, white people, black people, they're all fucked up on drugs. Continues, and the only time we chill is when we kill each other. It takes skill to be real, time to heal each other. So the only time people chill out is when they're killing each other.
Or
So
like after they've killed each other.
yeah, so
Because then they're happy, like you kill the person you wanted to get rid of, they're gone now. You can relax,
this
right?
no, I think so for sure. This line when he says, and the only time we chill is when we kill each other, I'm torn as to whether he's referring to black people and white people, right?
That's what I
Or
thought.
if he's talking about like like within the black race. Do you know what I mean? Like black people killing other black people. Do you know what I mean?
No, but they chill other times.
No, I know. I'm just saying based on the lyric because it's weird because like he's going from he's talking about like the racism and stuff, and then he's saying the only time we chill is when we kill each
It's
other.
also a double entendre. Because it could be the only time we chill, like the only time white people and black people are together
Is
is
when
when
they're
they kill
killing
each
each
other.
other.
Or the only time they chill, the only time they even rest is when they're done killing each other.
Yeah, I suppose.
But I don't think I think it's black and white.
Black and white, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I figured it could be as much, but I wasn't actually sure. Either way, he continues, it takes skill to be real, time to heal each other. So, it takes skill to be real and
Yeah.
honest and
And not kill each other.
yeah, and good and productive and not violent. It's time to heal each other. And although it seems heaven sent, we ain't ready to see a black president. So this was recorded, I believe, in 1992.
That's
So,
fine.
yeah, it's interesting.
So it was like 20, no, like 18,
Years
16,
before Obama,
17 years before. I forgot
2008.
how.
2008, yeah. 16?
Yeah.
16 years later, Obama would be elected the first black president of the United States. So at this point though, he's like, although it seems heaven sent, although, it'd be really good, we're not ready for it as a country, he says.
Yeah.
Um, and then he continues, it ain't a secret, don't conceal the fact, the penitentiary's packed and it's filled with blacks. So he's saying, everybody knows this, the jails are filled with black people. You
Yeah.
can't hide that, that the penitentiaries are packed and also that it's filled with black people. So, he's saying that they're being incarcerated at very high rates.
Mm.
Then he continues, but some things will never change. Try to show another way, but you staying in the dope game. So he's saying he's trying to reach out and show people
Yeah.
a better way, but
They're still selling drugs.
they're staying in the dope game. Yes. Continues, now tell me what's a mother to do. Being real don't appeal to the brother in you. So what's a mother supposed to do with
Yeah,
her
like,
son that's like this,
mhm.
Then it's being real don't appeal to the brother in you. So I always take this line as because it's just on the heels of he's trying to show people that there's a better way, but they're still in the
But they
dope
don't
game.
want
So when he says being real don't appeal to the brother in you, I think in this line when he's saying being real, he's talking about not selling drugs,
it. Yeah.
not being violent, being a productive member of society. And he's saying, oh, but that doesn't appeal to the brother in you. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
then he says you got to operate the easy way, and then you hear this little back and forth. I made a G today, is what the person Tupac speaking to. And he says, but you made it in a sleazy way,
Selling drugs.
selling crack to the kids. And then he says, I got to get paid. Well, hey, well that's the way it is. So again,
Mhm.
this person he's speaking to, it's like, yeah, I'm selling drug to the kids, but I need money. You know what I mean? And like, oh, that's just the way it is. And then the chorus again. And we will pick up here.
Emmy.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Oh, yeah. That's just the way it is. Oh, yeah.
We gotta make a change. It's time for us as a people to start making some changes. Let's change the way we eat. Let's change the way we live. And let's change the way we treat each other. You see, the old way wasn't working, so it's on us to do what we gotta do to survive. And still I see no changes. Can a brother get a little peace? It's war on the streets and a war in the Middle East. Instead of war on poverty, they got a war on drugs so the police can bother me. And I ain't never did a crime I ain't have to do. But now I'm back with the facts, giving it back to you. Don't let them jack you up, back you up, crack you up, and pimp smack you up. You gotta learn to hold your own. They get jealous when they see you with your mobile phone. But tell the cops I can't touch this. I don't trust this. When they try to rush, I bust this. That's the sound number 2. You say it ain't cool, but mama didn't raise no fool. And as long as I stay black, I got a stage strap. And I never get to lay back, cause I always got to worry about the payback. Some buck that I roughed up way back, coming back after all these years. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat. That's the way it is.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah. You're my brother, you're my sister. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
Some things will never change.
Fun fact is that me and Tupac have the same birthday,
Oh yeah,
which is June 16th.
so funny.
Yeah.
All
Not the same year, but same birthday.
right. Yeah. All right. So we get in this fucking third verse fucks me up, man. It gets me like emotional. The irony's not lost on me that, I'm a white dude, but it's powerful fucking shit,
Yeah.
All right. So that's just the way it is. So he does this little like interlude before the third verse. He says, "We gotta make a change. It's time for us and some people to start making some changes. Let's change the way we eat. Let's change the way we live. And let's change the way we treat each other. You see, the old way wasn't working. So it's on us to do what we gotta do to survive."
Hmm.
Tupac early on with changing the way you eat. You know what I mean?
Oh,
This
yeah.
early
Didn't even think
90s.
about that. What does that even?
I think he's talking about like all
Just
the
like
garbage.
so they like anyone who might be overweight, like they have to work on their health as well.
Yeah, and just like the crap that people, the fast food, like all that, like not good,
Everyone
nutritious,
freaking
healthy
eats that
food.
though.
But that's what he's saying. So
Yeah.
it's interesting. So there's this like there's this the thing that's like crazy about this song. So like in a good way. So it's meant to be a like a call to arms for black
Yeah, a call to
people,
action. Yeah,
for
same
for
thing.
black people like within his own community, you know what I mean?
So then that makes me
But
wonder, was the verse before this really about black and white, or was it just I'm so
no,
confused. It seems like it.
this is my point though. So he speaks about black issues and stuff, but then in the song you could hear he's expanding it to
Yeah,
humans and everybody. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I think that's like one of the things that makes this song so powerful, the fact that someone like me could even, be like, "Oh wow, I get this." You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So he continues and starts the third verse. He says, "And still I see no changes. Can a brother get a little peace? It's war on the streets and a war in the Middle East."
True.
So he's saying, he's nothing's happening. Why can't we just get peace? There's war on the streets in, the United States,
Yeah,
gang violence, all that shit. And a war in the Middle East. So this is like shortly after a Desert Storm, I suppose. So, you know,
yeah,
Iraq.
yeah.
Then he continues. This is a crazy fucking line. "Instead of war on poverty, they got a war on drugs so the police can bother me."
Yeah, so they can stop people in the streets and be like, "Oh, do you have drugs?" So like instead of like trying to help people who are poor, they're just attacking people who seem like they might be selling drugs or might
Or,
be
or,
on
or even
drugs
having drugs. Yeah. It's
and
fucking
just
wild.
profiling
Yeah.
people.
I mean, it was a failed policy. I'm,
Yeah, that was like when they would stop people. Like we talked about this in other videos we've done where they would do like stop and frisk and just like look at someone and be like, "Hey, like I think you might have drugs on you, so I'm gonna search
yeah.
you."
Yeah, it's
And
fucking
it's like, "But
wild.
why aren't you searching that guy?" It's like, "Well, he doesn't look like he has drugs on him."
Yeah,
So it's
it's
very crazy.
pretty wild.
Very crazy thing that they did back then.
Yes. Although so there, I think the war on drugs, it's obviously a disaster, but I wouldn't trust the government to do a war on poverty either because they just fuck
I don't even
everything
know what
up.
that would be.
Yeah, I don't know. So on the heels of that, he continues by saying, "And I ain't never did a crime I ain't have to do,
Okay.
but now I'm back with the facts, giving it back to you." So he's saying he never did crime for crime's sake. He did it because
He either needed money to survive or this or
to
that
get food, whatever it was.
for a necessity.
Yeah. And then he said, "But now I'm back with the facts, giving it back to you." So he's like,
Yeah.
I did some crimes, but only the ones I had to, and I'm letting there's a better way, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he continues, "Don't let them jack you up, back you up, crack you up, and pimp smack you up." So this
So
one,
it's just anybody messing with you,
so
right?
so you could take it that I do think he's referring to the cops here.
The cops
Yes,
pimp smack people.
yeah. I mean,
Jeez.
this could be, it could be unanimous. Anybody,
Yeah, I feel like it is about the cops, but I think it's also just about anyone trying to
for
hold you
sure.
down for whatever reason or
No,
another.
of course, I would agree with
And
that.
crack you up, that means try and get you to do drugs, right?
So that I mean
So I
that
think
could be,
I think it is
or
anybody.
it could be, just like if I'm gonna crack someone in their face. You know what I mean? Or
Mm,
cracks if you crack up, you go crazy. You know what I mean? Like
okay.
there could be like 1,000 meanings there.
I feel like that's intentional. There's supposed to be 1,000 meanings there.
Yeah. And then it goes on to the next line, which is why I thought this line was about the cops. He says, "You got to learn to hold your own. They get jealous when they see you with your mobile phone." So again, this is 92. So a mobile phone was like a big
Yeah, like
fucking
no one
deal.
had mobile phones. My dad had one and it was like this big and like this wide. And it was only because he was in a business where like he was constantly driving around and constantly had to be in contact with his just everyone that he worked with and
Yeah.
whatever he was doing.
Yeah.
But
So he's saying you got to learn to hold your
yeah,
own. They get jealous when they see you with your mobile phone.
cops have one.
So
Well,
that could
I
be on
think the
anybody.
talkies, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like even nowadays, like not so much nowadays, but a few years ago, maybe like 5, 10 years ago, like people would get robbed, like, shot for their cell phones. Like if you had the brand new iPhone,
Yeah.
like people were getting like robbed anywhere
Yeah, for
and
sure.
everywhere. So yeah, like that still happens today. Like they see you with a
I
nice
get
cell
jealous.
phone. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think that's about literally anybody.
Then he continues, but tell the cops they can't touch this. I don't trust this. When they try to rush, I bust this.
So I can't touch this. Was that like MC Hammer? Like can't touch like
Me-
this? Like you can't touch me?
You could, and so it's on the heels of the mobile phone line. They get jealous when they see you with your mobile phone, but tell the cops they can't touch this. So I think he does mean him as a person.
Yeah, I think we were too young back then. I have no idea what was going on with the mobile phones and like the cops back then, honestly.
Yeah. So then he goes, I don't trust this. When they try to rush, I bust this. So when the cops try to come at him,
He has his gun.
which he did, he shot two off-duty cops.
That was nice.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I didn't understand what was going on.
Yeah, they were off duty and
They were off duty
they were
and kept
fucking with
like
somebody.
bullying someone.
Yeah.
So then Tupac shot them. At
Yeah.
first, I was confused with the story. I was like, why is he just shooting?
Yeah, because I
I
don't
was
think
like,
he
I
knew
get.
that they were off duty.
Well,
Like,
no, I also didn't know that they were in the wrong.
well, that's what I'm saying. If you're off duty, you can't be pulling people over.
Yeah, no, but
You know what I mean?
I mean, well, off-duty cops can work essentially if they see something bad happening.
Yeah, but that's like a citizen's arrest. Like anybody could do that.
Yeah,
But
that's
apparently they were
true.
fucking with this dude. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that I wasn't
That's the
understanding.
story.
But now I
So
get it. That's fucked up.
yeah. So when
That they were messing with the guy.
yeah. So he goes, when they try to rush, I bust this. And then he continues, that's the sound of my tool. You say it ain't cool. My mama didn't raise no fool. So again, back to the gun. That's the sound of my tool. Tool's a gun.
And he's saying like,
He's like, you say it ain't cool, but my mama didn't raise no fool. So he's saying like, I'm gonna shoot. I don't care if, they're cops or not. If it's my
yeah,
life, which is a risky fucking chance to
very.
take, but that's what he's saying. My mama didn't raise no fool.
Yeah, that's very risky. I never heard of that working in anyone's
Yeah.
else's favor if it wasn't a
Although
cop.
in that circumstance that
Oh
he was
yeah,
involved in, it did. So
yeah.
yeah. And
Huh.
then he continues. So this part of the song, this very end of this gives me chills. So I don't know. I don't know. Are you familiar that a lot of people say Tupac like predicted his own death and all that shit? And
Maybe
foreshadowing.
I think.
Okay, so maybe we'll get into that more later. But so he goes, and as long as I stay black, I gotta stay strapped, and I never get to lay back.
Yeah,
So as long as he's
he's
black, he
always
has to
got a
have a
watch
gun,
over his
and he
shoulder.
never gets to lay back. He's always on guard. Because I
Mm,
always got to worry about the payback.
mm,
Some punk that I roughed up way back.
like anybody that he messed with in the past
Yep.
could come back and kill him.
Always got to worry about the payback. Some punk that I roughed up way back, coming back after all these years. Rat tat 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 tat. That's the
Gunshots.
way it is. And that's, essentially what happened to him.
Allegedly, we don't know who killed him.
So we know he got into a fight in the casino after the Tyson fight. It's on footage. You could watch it to this day. And then within a half hour, he was in the car and shot and killed. So
So where is that guy who he got in a fight with?
some people think it was a
They don't
cop.
know who it was?
No, it's still technically cold. Some people
They
claim they
still
know.
don't know who it was, and it's on footage.
So the people that he beat up, I think they know who that is. But it was like a crew. It was weird.
So they
Um,
couldn't ID any of them.
no, I think they know who he was in the fight with. They just don't know who the shooter was because he was in the car down the road
Well, it was
later.
probably the guy he got in an argument with then.
Yeah, I don't think it was him. I think they
And I
know.
mean,
I think they know it wasn't him. He was either still there or I forget. Um,
then it was probably a coincidence.
I mean, it's possible people were coming after him. Um,
Because usually, like, they wouldn't just have someone else do it, would they?
it could, there's theories that it was, it could have been the cops, like a dirty, crooked cop that was paid to do a hit. There's the conspiracy theory that Puff Daddy
I heard
had,
that.
because they had beef at this time, Biggie and Tupac and all that shit. Anyway, so that was the last of it, and then you hear the outro music continuing, and
Yeah.
then, which is kind of sad, it takes this like positive, like there's hope for the future that throughout the
Yeah, that like
song, and
there's,
then he goes, some things will never change, and then the song
well, that's the
cuts
whole
off.
chorus.
I know.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. I remember, even though I never really heard much of like the verses or what was being said in the verses, like I never actively listened to this song, the chorus always gives me like a,
Melancholy.
yeah, like it sounds pretty, it sounds nice, but it's just like that eerie feeling where it's just like, yeah, I guess like no matter how much things, isn't it like how no matter how much things change, they always stay the same?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So this
But I
is,
can say that since this song came out, a lot has changed.
yeah, there has been a lot of I mean, we got the first black president,
Yeah,
so
we don't stop and frisk people anymore.
at least not in New York.
Cell phones
I
have
don't
changed
know.
massively.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, it's one of my favorite Tupac songs for sure.
It's a good one.
It's a great sample, it's powerful.
Yeah,
He was like really, he's one of a kind, you know what I mean? He's like part
definitely.
rapper, part activist, I
And
mean,
wasn't he like very spiritual too? Or am I making that up?
yeah, I mean, he had the only God can judge me, that whole shit,
Yeah,
tattoo stuff. So yeah, this is a good Tupac song. We'll have to do more
yeah,
at some point. Just wanted to get one of these in.
yeah. It's really good.
Yes.
Definitely a lot to unpack. And don't hate us if we totally ruined the whole message of the song. We tried our best to fully understand it. And let us know if we missed a few things.
Sure.
And don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Let's see. Bye.
Bye.